Ladies and gentlemen, earlier today, give me 1 second, let me just adjust the volume. Earlier today, while getting off the subway at Queens Plaza, so I can tell my audience about my struggles as a real New Yorker, going through real financial issues, but still working to try to do something. I'm not trying to give up, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what people that come to this channel and email me all the time with this nonsense here. What you're reading right now is an email, a threatening email from one of many people that's been emailing me for God longs how long. Not only they cannot spell, but they cannot write either. They promise their threats go empty. Their threats always go empty. So they can't touch me, they can't do anything, but I can touch them. See, what I've been doing lately is been saving every single of these emails and forwarding it to law enforcement. So, with that said, everyone, earlier today, while we were getting out of Queens Plaza, actually we came out of Queens Plaza from the 7 line, then we went down to the E line to make the video. So technically I got off the N train at Queens Plaza, walked to the other station, went into the station to make the video to use Wi-Fi. I'm using Wi-Fi now as we speak. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, earlier today, a homeless man. Mind you, I don't know this homeless man, but I was making a video to talk about my own struggles. He interrupted my video to ask me if I had the word called ganja. Do you know what the word ganja is, everybody? I know. I don't have such a drug or such a thing called ganja. Then he asked me if I had any meth. You can clearly hear him on the audio. Ask me if I had any meth. Crystal. I listened to my own audio. You can clearly hear him ask me this. So, for the record, Yuki, yes, if you've been watching me for the longest, Yuki, I'm remaking the video because, as you said, it was too aggressive, too aggressive. No, I'm sick of the hate and the nonsense and the BS from these idiots that don't have a high school or a college degree, that can't spell a simplified word, that sit here and send me emails like this, threatening me. And this is why I send these emails to law enforcement, to the attorney that's helping me deal with this issue. Because, ladies and gentlemen, financially, this is hurting me. These people that have been emailing me got me fired from my job, got me kicked out of a hostel. They got me literally removed from my employment for their own amusement. So, when they call me a bully in the emails here, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't being a bully to a homeless man. I was being a bully to a drug user. As I said before, go clean yourself up. Get the F out my face. As I told this no homeless drug user, which I don't know who he is. For you to say that he knew my name, that's bullcrap. No one knows Panda unless I tell them my name is Panda. So that's a lie. And second of all, ladies and gentlemen, as someone that does help certain homeless people, I've been across certain individuals that have lost trust with friends, stolen from friends. You think I'm going to allow someone to come up to me in the subway as I'm live streaming and not in my own business and ask me for drugs? I have every right to tell that person to step away from me and get out my face. How dare you come up to a stranger and ask me for that kind of specific drugs? And see, that's the stereotype among people of color. And if you watch that live stream, everybody, yeah, I was being aggressive because I was going to knock his teeth out. Because he started making threats. About, if you listen closely, why are you recording me? I take your phone. That's when it went to another level. But no one wants to pay attention to that narrative, right? All right, then. So, ladies and gentlemen, earlier today, and the subway, people that email me, like this person here, I want you guys to email this person and harass him. I guarantee he won't like it. But he's been harassing me for the dumbest reasons. For trying to live. For trying to tell you guys my story on social media. Because all of you, and let's be honest, social media has been used the wrong way anyway. Everyone wants to use it for clout. I use it to tell the story. Like right now, I got no money for no groceries, no nothing. I tried to sell something tonight to see if I get some cash. And the guy didn't want to buy it now. So I'm like, okay, you just wasted my fucking time. Excuse my language. So I went back to the storage and I was trying to make the video. It seems like my internet is going to, my cell phone service is not good because it's going to end tonight. So I'm just saying to this. I'm going to say this for the record, ladies and gentlemen. There's no means for these people in these emails to email me and harass me for trying to feed other homeless people, to give back to my community, to work hard as I possibly can. These people are trying to discredit me, which is defamation. This is why I said send all these emails. And every time they email, it just goes for, I just forward it to someone else. And trust me, it's not looking good for you. So I suggest stop. Well, too late now. It's not stop because I'm going to come after you I'm going to come after you regardless. But like I said, everyone, I have every right to protect myself from the idiots that come to this channel and the hatefulness. And think about it. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not a gangbanger. I'm nothing of that. And people want to still pick on me for not being, mind you, it's like, it seems like it's more, they want me to be the drug dealer. They want me to be the bad guy because of my skin color. And mind you, these two parties are racist anyway. These two people are racist. Just be clear about that. Racist to the T. The way they say things is just racist. And you calling me a bully for picking on another homeless. I wasn't picking on that homeless man. If you watch the video, he came to me asking me for something that I don't have. Why? I got every right to tell him to go F off. I got every right to tell that person to go F off. You just disrespected my comfort zone by asking me that stupid question about drugs. And you guys should know better, and you haters should know damn better that I'll never promote drugs on this channel and never would do it. So why would you think that homeless person knows me? Are you trying to say I'm the drug dealer? I'm not a street pharmacist. This is when you step out your depth, and this is why defamation is going to hurt you in the future. When you apply for a job, and your employer sees what you've been doing to other people, they're not going to hire you. You might do the exact same thing to someone at work. You might do it to your own boss. You might blackmail your boss. And you think people are going to hire you? That's why I am still working and you're not. You live with your parents, bro. Think about that. You live with your parents. I don't live with my parents. I haven't lived with my parents since I was 18. I'm 47. And you're a grown-ass man still living with their parents. You should be ashamed of yourself. Like I said, everyone, since people don't want to pay attention to the narrative, I'll call it like it is. You're unintelligent, you can't spell, You don't even know what you're arguing with me about in the first place. You're sitting here calling me a bully for telling another homeless man that is absolutely abusing his own body with drugs and got the nerve to ask me for drugs. That is disrespectful to the T, to ask a civilian that you don't know. Dude, I have. That's why I told him, get the F out my face. Don't ever ask me that bull crap again. You want me to, that's why I gave him two options. You want to go to the hospital or you want to go to a jail cell? Because in New York City, those are the only two options. No, I say that because this is the streets, baby. These are the streets. You don't walk up to someone and, yeah, you got that, and you could continue to ask them for drugs. That's why I put down my phone. It's about to knock him out. If you don't leave me alone in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to knock your teeth out. You heard what I said. You got no right to ask me that bullcrap about drugs. You want drugs? Go out on the streets. Do I look like a street pharmacist? I didn't think so. Yeah, Yuki, I'm mad. I got no money to buy groceries. I got no money to pay my fucking bills. I got no money to do anything. I'm in debt because of people like him and people like Joshua Jones and people like everyone else that want to discredit me and ruin my career and ruin my reputation over some bullshit nonsense clout on the internet. Mind you, and these people, they want to be famous, so I'm going to make them famous. I'm going to embarrass each and every time they email me. I'm just going to keep posting it and keep sharing with law enforcement. The more I share with law enforcement, the more it's going to get to a point where like 300 files been documented. This needs to stop now. And the things they have said in emails, ladies and gentlemen, I can prove one of them got me terminated from my employment last year. Calling my job 770 times. Panda's a liar. Panda's this. Panda's a drug dealer. Panda's a drug user. Panda's a thief. Panda will steal from you. Yeah, all these claims, everybody. You should hear the voicemails. That's why when my attorney heard the Starbucks and the other employment emails from the employment, she was like, wait, you saved all this? Yes. This is why it's 536 gigabytes of worth of data. And that's audio data. You guys are like, wow, that's audio data? Yeah, audio data. From all those calls, all the harassment emails, all the harassment phone calls to my personal phone number, all of it has been shared with law enforcement. All of it. All of it. I can even show you a folder on my laptop tomorrow morning and show you on the live stream using OBS all the emails since 2022. There's folders of this stuff. I know exactly legally what I'm doing. I'm trying to get paid. And I'm going to take every single dime from these people. And they're going to be the ones who are going to be crying homelessness. Talking about, oh, this guy bankrupted me because he was on the internet e-begging. E-begging? What the hell is e-begging? First and foremost. You know where e-begging came from? When people like YouTubers, I'm not going to say their names for defamation reasons, but you know who these YouTubers are. They scam you all the time with their fake promotions and their sponsors. One of them is famous for a crypto scam. Do I look like I'm doing a crypto scam? I'm trying to survive like a human goddamn being. I've been rejected from this city because I left, and this city doesn't want to give back what it owes. It's not that what it owes me, what it should rightfully give me as a taxpayer. I applied for EBT 4 times and was denied 4 times. I was denied emergency housing when I was in my surgery recovery. And then when I do finally get my own housing with my own money, They're gonna come out to my. We have houses for you for 30 days. Like that's enough. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't sit here and call me a hypocrite or a bully when you absolutely are the bully. Your email right there says it all. You are the bully. Why are you telling on yourself? Tell me what you don't. I'm sorry. Tell the audience why you're such a douchebag. Why are you harassing a 47-year-old man for speaking up for his rights and speaking up for everyone that feels encouraged now to speak up? Because, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of people that feel discouraged to speak up. People come across this video that see my story and see the truth about it. It's going to make them it's going to make them have courage to speak up. It's going to happen, and it already has happened. But people don't realize it's an effect that does happen. But this type of abuse online, every day, everybody, I get emails every single day, even in the middle, early in the morning, right before I go to work, and I'm not even live streaming sometimes. I would just get a random email from these douchebags for no reason, repeating themselves over and over again, or trying to make a false statement, like today, saying that the homeless man called me by my name. No, he did not call me by my name. He asked me for ganja, then methamphetamine, and then he asked me for crystal. That is just nonsense. And I have every right to tell that guy to get the F away from me before I punch him and crave his joy in. That's why I said what I said. Listen, you got a choice. Go to the hospital or go to a jail cell. Pick your poison. With that said, everyone, let's just want to clear the record for a second. I am no bully to the homeless. The homeless are bullies to themselves. They're the ones that want to do drugs, alcohol, and all that kind of dumb stuff to their bodies. You don't see me doing that. So why are you trying to put me in the same category? You sound like a bunch of fucking delinquents. How are you going to try to put me in the same category as a fucking drug user and an alcohol user or a chronic homeless person? That chronic homeless person doesn't want to learn another language, doesn't want to wash, clean his feet. All he wants is the next fix, the next drink. Hey, I'm not trying to discredit them, but that's the life. Don't ever try to compare me in that lifestyle. I will smack you across your face in public. It's embarrassing how you stupid these emails are. That I have to send it to my attorney and send it to law enforcement, send it to the FBI and to cyber crimes unit. I gotta keep doing that every single time you got email. And no, I don't send it every day. I pile them up for the week, and at the end of the week on a Friday night or a Saturday morning, I send the emails. Simple as that. They all been dated and dogged. That's why I tag Google. I'm pretty sure Google's aware of it because I got an email from Google stating about my email situation. That was 60 days ago. They haven't replied back since. So with that said, because the person that you see right here in the email is using Gmail, he violated the policy and terms of services. Think about it. This is not freedom of speech. This is harassment.